Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Carla, and today I want to talk about something that we all know, and that is how expensive college is. And I know a lot of you are just about to head to college, or maybe you are currently in college and looking for ways to cut down on costs, which is why I'm going to be uncovering 5 underused ways to make college cheaper. And as a college student or soon to be one, you already have a lot on your plate. You have to keep up with your grades, you may have to work, you may have to deal with your roommate, and not to mention, you have to figure out what it is that you want to do with your life. So the last thing you want to have to worry about is how to make college cheaper. And yes, there are the obvious ways of working multiple jobs, but that seems a bit obvious, and it's probably going to overwhelm you to the point of complete exhaustion. So I want to share with you some of the less obvious ways to make college cheaper that don't require you to work weekends and those dreadful night shifts, all while trying to cram and study for an exam. So with that, here's tip number 1, and that is scholarships. Now, before you write this off as an obvious way to save, you might be surprised that not all scholarships are based on grades. There are so many scholarships nowadays that are based on unusual and pretty interesting things. For example, there are scholarships for your hobbies, including video games. There are also scholarships specific to your major, your gender, ethnicity, and even languages that you speak. So instead of writing off the fact that you didn't get all A's and not even taking the time to research scholarships, think again because more and more companies are willing to help out college students. And don't forget that you can still apply to a scholarship even if you are currently a student. It may even be easier to get a scholarship while in school because the competition is a lot less. So often people think you can only get a scholarship before you go to college. So once they are in college, they don't even try. So do your research on what types of scholarships there are. Now, tip number 2 includes becoming a resident assistant, or otherwise known as an RA. I was actually an RA when I went to college, and it helped tremendously in terms of bringing my tuition costs down. I was paid every 2 weeks a decent amount of money to be an RA, and I put that money towards paying off some of my tuition. Now, some schools will take that route, or they will waive your housing costs, which we all know is a huge part of what makes tuition so expensive. So consider becoming an RA. Tip number 3 is taking advantage of your student discount. Most students don't realize that your student ID is a pretty decent money saver. You can use it on so many places to get a discount, from the movies to some grocery stores, restaurants, transportation. There is a good number of places that will accept your student ID to get discounts. It may not seem like a whole lot, but when you start to add up all the savings from each place, you'll see that it's actually quite a lot of money saved over time. Now, my next tip is to reconsider the meal plan. Now, I do recommend this for freshmen because as someone who is starting to live on their own and find their independence, it can be hard at times to find quick and easy access to meals. So if you're a freshman, I highly recommend that you do get a meal plan. But for those of you who have a little more experience in the college world, you may not want to renew your meal plan the following year. Now, meal plans are pretty expensive because they not only factor the cost of the actual food, but they also factor in the people who cook the food's salary, and then the cleaning crew, including those actually cleaning the dishes. So your best bet is to, 1, either cook your own food, or 2, opt to eat off campus. And last but not least, tip number 5, and that is joining Facebook groups pertaining to your college to buy used books. I can't tell you how expensive college books are, and you probably already know this, but every so often college courses come out with new editions of a textbook. Instead of buying a new one, check to see if someone has previously taken the class and can offer it to you at a cheaper price. And this goes without saying that if you have books that you no longer need, go ahead and sell them too, or you could even ask to exchange with someone who might have a book you need. This saved me so much money, probably a couple of $100 each semester if I'm being honest. I hope you found those 5 tips to be helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing and liking this video so that I know this is the type of content you want to keep watching. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.